Hi there, it's Debbie from celestialastrologyhealing.co.uk, and today I'd like to say we're just approaching the autumn equinox season on Saturday, the 23rd of September at 7:50 a.m. That's in Britain, that's British summertime. So we're approaching this seasonal change of this cardinal air sign of the year, the time where the light is equally balanced. Day and night is equal, just as it is during the spring equinox, and it's a time to potentially tune into what we've harvested from the beginning of the astrological new year on the 21st of March at the time of spring equinox. So let me first share a screen. And before I continue, if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, my name's Debbie, and I love working with people's natal charts. And I studied modern astrology for a couple of decades and used to cast charts by hand before computers. And then more recently, I've studied Hellenistic ancient astrology. So I blend the two practices together when working at looking at people's personal birth charts, which I can do if you know your time of birth to get the ascendant. So anyway, just starting here is a beautiful image of Mabon, the goddess related to this time of year of autumn, of connecting to the earth, all the harvests that are ripening after the Lammas time at the cross quarter celebration between summer solstice and autumn. And we can just like tune into all the bounties of nature that may be around us in the Northern Hemisphere. And I think it's a great time to have gratitude for all that the earth provides for us in the animal kingdom and in all the sustenance of the harvests that we may grow or that grow naturally in nature. Certainly, I've been enjoying harvesting from the hedgerows, elderberries, hawthorns, rose hips, and making lotions and potions and oxymels, which is blends of herbs or berries in a mixture of organic honey and organic vinegar, which brings out all the beautiful healthy constituents to keep us well through the next 3 months of winter as we go into the darker times of the year. So I just thought I'd share that image just to see how we can take time to just think about the abundance that we have around us in the Northern Hemisphere. And if you're in the Southern Hemisphere, you're obviously at the spring equinox where there's new life beginning. So let me just see the next image. This is an image which shows the different equinoxes and solstices around the earth and the sun in the center there. So at vernal equinox, spring equinox, and autumn equinox, there's an equal amount of light. Equinox means equal light in Latin, and there's these two occasions in the year when the center of the sun is directly above the equator and the day and night are approximately equal in length in both hemispheres of the world. So whether you're in the northern or southern hemisphere, we have about 12 hours of sunlight in the day there. And then when we have the solstices and the winter and summer solstices, we have the longest day. So starting at the spring equinox, we build up the light, the days get longer after being equal, peaking at the longest day at summer solstice, which is a cardinal time of year, cardinal water at summer solstice, then peaking and continuing. Lammas would be around here, the cross quarter days, and then equal day and night as the light begins to lessen after summer solstice. And then we go into the autumn time now, which is a period of reduced daylight in the Northern Hemisphere until we become at the point of the cardinal earth sign of the zodiac, Capricorn, which is the shortest day. So longest day, summer solstice, shortest day, winter solstice. And then after winter solstice, the light starts returning again gradually until we come back round in this cycle, this never-ending cycle, which is what we use in the Tropical Zodiac when we're working with astrology. And here is another image which some of you may appreciate. I find it hard to explain. I understand it sort of vaguely myself, but at the autumn equinox, a day on Earth is split into almost exactly 12 hours of sunlight and 12 hours of darkness. So that's just something to think about. But the equinox is a pivot point of the tropical zodiac, as I was saying, marked by the cardinal signs. We start at Aries, which is cardinal fire, the first sign of the zodiac at the astrological new year, followed by a square degree, because the cardinal signs are in opposition. And then we have a square degree of the Cancer cardinal water at summer solstice. Now we're reaching the opposite sign of the Aries, which is Libra, the cardinal air sign of the zodiac, symbolized by the scales of balance. And at this turning point of the year, it's harvest time here in the Northern Hemisphere, and the spring beginning in the Southern Hemisphere, as I was saying. So we can slow down and maybe take time to reflect upon what we've harvested over the last 6 months of our lives, savoring, gathering, reflecting, and thinking about what we've done over the last 6 months and what we can preserve of the bounties of Mother Earth as autumn or fall equinox marks the next 3 months, when the light begins to darken and the days become shorter until we reach the winter solstice, the cardinal earth sign of the zodiac. So astrologically speaking, I'm going to now share a chart of what's going on in the heavens and talk about some of the cosmic weather. So here we go. This is on the 23rd of September 2023, 7:50 British summertime. This is in the UK, so you would have to adapt that to your time zone. And let me just get my annotate tool. So here we go. Here is the sun just entering the sign of Libra, the cross quarter air sign. So here's Libra, opposite Aries, and here's Capricorn, the winter solstice point, opposite the summer solstice point. So these are the cardinal signs of the zodiac. And whenever we enter one of these times of the year in the calendar month, this is a time of great movement. All the signs that are cardinal energies, the modality of cardinal is triggering energy, beginning projects, using innovation and starting things off. There's a lot of energy around this time of year, and that would be expressed in very different ways depending on which time of year, summer solstice, winter solstice, spring and autumn equinox. But there's something that we can use with this energy here. And the sun has just gone into Libra, the signs of the zodiac around the outside of the wheel here, as I like to say, like where the candles would be on a cake. If you're born at dawn, if this was a birth chart of somebody that was born at this time, the ascendant and the sun are always the same. So this is at 7:50, so it's not long after sunrise, but you can see the ascendant is also at 7 degrees Libra, 36 minutes. And Mars has been in Libra for quite some time, still moving direct through Libra at 17 degrees Libra, 23 minutes. And this is the south node of the moon, or the node of fate, or Ketu in Indian astrology, the severed body of the dragon, where we can let go and release. And this is at 26 degrees Libra, 9 minutes retrograde. So we have this sort of energy here of Libra, which is an air sign. It's a masculine as in yang outward sign. It's a very sociable sign of the zodiac. Libra is one of the few signs of the zodiac, because most are symbolized by double-bodied figures like Gemini, or the fish swimming in opposite directions, Pisces, or half man, half horse like Sagittarius, or the sea goat, Capricorn, or the ram, or Taurus, the bull. Cancer the crab, Leo the lion, Virgo the virgin. They're all human. Scorpio the scorpion, the human or animal. So it's quite unusual that Libra is a non-physical sort of entity. It's the symbol of the scales, and Librans, ruled by the goddess of love, Venus, symbolized by the scales, they love to keep the harmony. And there's this thing about trying to weigh things up and keep the balance, or strive to find that center point of the fulcrum. So, you know, there is the shadow side, maybe some expressions of indecision around Librans who have strong planetary placements in their birth chart. But generally speaking, Libra is a very sociable sign. So for the next month, there's a capacity to enjoy that. It depends on where the Libran house is in your birth chart. So if you know your ascendant, then you can look at whole sign houses and see where Libra is on the house cusp. And this is where the sun's going to be activating that area of your life alongside Mars there. Have a look in the comments below. I'll put the astro.com link, and I also have teaching videos on how to cast your own chart using free data. So then you can see where your ascendant is and see where all these planetary bodies might be aspecting with the transits of the planets to your own birth chart, which activates certain areas of your life. So yeah, Libra, harmonious, communicative, loving to share ideas, loving to work in partnership or collaborations with others, always aware of the opposite opinion. So very good peacemakers and diplomats, a good person that can be very easygoing, ruled by the beautiful goddess Venus here. So if we look at Venus here, she is the ruler of Libra and this house here. So she is ruling Libra, and she also rules Taurus up here. So Mars in Libra is in the opposite sign, or a place of exile, known to be in detriment. So Mars usually wants to be fiery and passionate and assertive and warrior-like, and he doesn't mind a bit of conflict and disagreement, and he'll fight his battles. But he's been in Libra for some time now, and Venus is bestowing a 60 degrees sextile from her position at 18 degrees Leo 26 minutes. So this is a degree-based aspect. So there's harmony with the aspect of the sextile energy coming from Venus in Leo, which is a warm, generous, fiery sign of the zodiac, symbolized by the lion. Venus is now direct after being 6 weeks retrograde through Leo. She's a morning star. She's gathering pace, and Venus is related to our one-to-one relationships and how we find pleasures in life and our values. So we may now have had time to reflect upon those things while Venus was retrograde, and we can go forward. She's a morning star. She's more assertive, and she's able to express herself more dynamically now after this retrograde. But she's bestowing a sextile by a degree-based sextile there. The nature of the sextile is from Venus, so it's a harmonious aspect, which again would probably lend more peaceful sort of vibes to how Mars asserts himself there in Leo. So that's something that's been going on at this time of the autumn equinox. And what else have we got? We've also got a trine coming from the Chiron, which is the Centurion asteroid, related to wounds that we all carry in our life. And this is pretty much exact 30, 60, 90, 120 degree trine here, which is the nature of Jupiter. And Jupiter is the largest planet of the solar system, so represents a type of expansion, growth, traveling of the mind, or trying to expand things or exaggerate things or enhance things in a way. So this trine from the wounded healer at 18 degrees Aries, 28 minutes retrograde. For everybody, Chiron in Aries relates to the wounds that we carry, maybe in relation to having some doubt about our own abilities to be independent, because Aries is the first sign of the zodiac and likes to be courageous. So there could be self-doubt, and this aspect may bring about some more healing and self-belief and self-assertion to how we are within relationships with others, because the trine is a harmonious flowing energy from Chiron in Aries there. So that's quite a nice aspect there. Mercury, the planet of communication, is now being retrograde and is moving direct now, faster in the temple of Virgo that he rules. Mercury rules Virgo, and Mercury also rules the air sign of Gemini, which is up here, but the earth sign of Virgo. Mercury is able to work well in Virgo. Mercury is able to be discerning when you're doing things, when you're thinking about things, when you're planning. Virgo is pretty meticulous and earthy and analytical, and she discards the wheat from the chaff. So she's very able to be productive and she has sort of certain standards and levels, shall we say. So Mercury now in Virgo, where he's been or she's been, because Mercury is a psychopomp, can be masculine or feminine. I suppose Mercury in Virgo is more feminine because Virgo is a feminine yin earth sign. All the signs of the zodiac are either masculine or yang, which are the fire signs and air signs, and the earth signs, Virgo, for example, and Pisces, the opposite sign, the water sign. Water and earth signs are all yin, more receptive. So Mercury is moving faster now and creates a positive flowing aspect to, where am I? The moon here, 6 degrees. The moon moves very fast, so there will be a trine happening there between Mercury and the moon in Capricorn. So they're both in earth signs. Capricorn's a cardinal earth sign of the zodiac. So this can be helpful in being productive, using discerning skills and practicality to bring forth some good outcomes in this fast-paced aspect, because it won't last for very long. So make the most of that. And we still have Pluto squaring the lunar nodes. So if you think about here and here, Pluto's at 27 degrees Capricorn, 57 minutes retrograde, and the south node, Ketu, is at 26 Libra, 9 minutes, and the north node is always opposite, so 26:9 in Aries. So this is a potentially intense aspect, which is ongoing for cardinal signs of the zodiac. So if you have like planets in Aries, Libra, Capricorn, and Cancer, and Pluto may be squaring those planets for you, bringing up triggering obstacles to overcome, clear out, bring things up to the future, up to the surface rather, to deal with. So, you know, overcoming these things might be particularly active for the cardinal signs of the zodiac. And what we have coming up quite soon, we have the full moon coming up in 6 days' time in Aries, and I have a separate video on the full moon in Aries, so take a look at that as well if you're interested. And we will be having eclipses coming up soon, and the lunar nodes have recently changed from Scorpio and Taurus axes, and they always move backwards, they always go retrograde. I know we have a lot of outer planets retrograde, but the lunar nodes always go this way around. So they always have the retrograde symbol next to them, the RX, if you use a solar fire program. So we will be having a solar eclipse on the 14th of October, and that will be at 21 degrees Libra, 7 minutes. So that will be about in here. So, you know, this may, new moons can be a good symbol of new beginnings. I've heard other astrologers talk about them like their new moon with steroids, sort of extra energy, extra power. So the 14th of October, solar eclipse in Libra. So this may be particularly powerful again for the cardinal signs of the zodiac, who will be feeling this by maybe conjunction, square, or opposition, which are more triggering, more challenging, more sort of energy moving, rather than the easier flowing aspects of the sextile and the trine. And then on the 28th of October 2023, we will have the last lunar eclipse at 5 degrees Aries. So this will be the fixed sign here, where things come to fruition. Lunar eclipses bring everything out at full moon to high visibility. So it's like an ending point of whatever's been going on for the last 18 months, because this is how long the lunar cycles, the eclipse cycles take. So just going back to the autumn equinox now, it's like a time of reflection. Take some time for yourself to think what you've been able to grow, think what you've been aiming towards since spring equinox, what's kept you motivated, what's kept you moving, what's kept you hoping, sending out your intentions, and what new ideas or creativity and gifts have you been able to harvest, and what can you take forward into these darker winter months that are coming ahead. So it's a time to give gratitude and thanks for all that we're able to enjoy, and making the most of the harvest that can keep us well, and you know, maybe make some little herbal tonics like the oxymels and elderberry syrups and things, and keep well over the winter. But I hope you found this interesting. I mean, personally, here in the Northern Hemisphere in Scotland, there's these equinoxical winds that suddenly whip up, and you can feel them building up towards the equinox. And you feel them at different times of the year as well, other equinoxes. But yeah, there's a definite change in the air. The leaves and the branches are falling off the trees. The rivers are filling. You know, there's a definite shift now. So it is the end of the summer, and we're just at that cross point before we go into the darkness of winter. So enjoying the last of these harvests, and I hope this has been helpful for you. Again, if you like my offerings, I would welcome you to subscribe to my channel just to see what else I offer. It inspires me to share more videos. And if you have any comments that what resonates with you, please put them in the comments below. Okay, thanks for listening, and bye for now then, and happy equinox on the 23rd of September, this Saturday. Bye for now.